Suzuki seems to be in favor of violating the Canadian Charter of Rights of freedom of speech, thought and expression, and the right to a fair trial. But that's par for the course with many eco-groups. For years, they've been destroying jobs and turning the economy upside down with shakedown tactics reminiscent of a mob. Here's an example. This letter went to one of the top 5 forestry corporations in BC in 2000 from an eco-group. First they say, we want to end the wars in the woods of British Columbia and help the timber industry. Then they want to work in good faith. But they warn them, if you withdraw from this process, we are forced to single out your company in the marketplace. We will be meeting with your customers to persuade them to discontinue doing business with you. That's a shakedown. Comply or be kneecapped. These ENGOs are unelected and unaccountable. Whose agenda are they fronting? Suzuki is running another project on his website to advocate for a green budget with the feds. This kind of green budget will put Canada seriously in the red, as it has in countries across Europe. Far from greening the future, young people, taxpayers, and industry are simply being burdened with untenable debt. Spain went heavily into renewables. As of March 2015, it has a youth unemployment rate of 49.9%. Germany is highly industrialized and only had a 7.2 youth unemployment rate. But that's not the end of the story. Germany also went heavily into renewables and created some 380,000 green jobs or more. However, this report notes that based on the renewables industry subsidies, each of these 380,000 jobs is subsidized at some 35,000 euros, or about 53,700 Canadian dollars. Germany, the great green empire, is spending some 1,000 billion euros trying to move off fossil fuels, but building more and more coal-fired power plants every year. Because no matter how much wind you add to the grid, you have to add equivalent conventional backup. Coal is the affordable choice. Suzuki's green budget will spend billions on renewable technology, which Google engineers determined simply does not work and does not address climate change. Is that the legacy you want to leave your kids? Poverty, debt, and generations lost to unemployment? But wait, you say, even Mark Carney, governor of the Bank of England, says there is a climate catastrophe on the way. Analyst Steve Kopitz of Princeton Energy Advisors wrote fact-checking Mark Carney's climate claims. He went point by point through Carney's presentation and found the evidence does not support Carney's claims. He wrote, as an analyst, I find Mr. Carney's speech to be truly dismaying. For the governor of the bank to claim that climate change is leading to rapidly rising insurance claims is at best a critical failure of analysis. All the evidence contradicts Mr. Carney's catastrophic claims, and it is freely available on U.S. government websites. Perhaps no surprise that Mr. Carney's wife, Diana Carney, was plumping for carbon trading in Canada in 2013. All in the family. Maybe it's time that people on the climate change, carbon trading bandwagon, maybe they should be challenged for false and misleading information to the public. Maybe they should be tried for willful blindness to the evidence, for intimidating legal businesses, for skewing financial markets, and for smearing the reputations of people who hold rational, dissenting views on climate change and carbon markets. Canada certainly should not go into the red to satisfy the ideologies of unaccountable green groups, many of whom appear to be proxies for offshore interests. Look for our new report, Alberta's Carbon Tax, a burden with no benefit. Look at the evidence over the ideology, and look before you leap. For Friends of Science, I'm Michelle Sterling.